Have you ever wondered how economic instability, social inequality, and political unrest are interconnected, especially in developing countries? Let's unravel this complex weave through the lens of the 1N equilibrium triad. The 1N equilibrium triad is a conceptual tool that illustrates the intricate interplay between economic instability, social inequality, and political instability. It's like a three-legged stool, each leg supporting and reinforcing the others. When one leg wobbles, the entire structure becomes unstable. Let's dive deeper. Consider the link between economic instability and political instability. Economic instability, marked by fluctuations in living conditions, can stoke the fires of political unrest as people voice their dissatisfaction. On the flip side, political instability can deter foreign investment and disrupt economic policies, leading to more economic instability. It's a vicious cycle that feeds on itself, creating a state of constant flux. Next, let's explore the relationship between political instability and social inequality. Political instability can both stem from and exacerbate social inequalities. Marginalized groups may challenge the status quo, sparking political unrest. Conversely, deep-seated social inequalities can erode the legitimacy of political institutions and fuel further instability. Finally, let's delve into the connection between economic instability and social inequality. Economic instability can magnify social inequalities by limiting opportunities for the less fortunate, causing increased unemployment and inflation. These conditions disproportionately affect the less wealthy. Conversely, high levels of social inequality can hamper economic growth by restricting the potential consumer base and reducing social cohesion, which is crucial for a stable economic environment. In essence, the 1N equilibrium illustrates an intricate web of reinforcing issues that often stagnate progress in developing nations. Each component of the triad feeds into and amplifies the others, creating a negative equilibrium state. This triad offers a lens to understand the complex dynamics at play in developing countries, and it underscores the importance of addressing these issues holistically rather than in isolation. Now, let's delve into the 2N feedback mechanisms, where ineffective policies, unsustainable practices, and public apathy intermingle. Imagine a developing country crafting policies that fail to address the root causes of environmental degradation or economic disparity. These ineffective policies can pave the way for unsustainable practices such as overexploitation of natural resources or reliance on non-renewable energy sources. It's a bit like trying to fix a leaky pipe with duct tape. It might stop the water for a while, but it doesn't solve the underlying issue, and eventually the problem resurfaces, often worse than before. Now consider the impact of these unsustainable practices on the public. When people do not see tangible positive outcomes from sustainable practices, either because of lack of awareness or lack of immediate benefits, public apathy can grow like a weed in an untended garden. This disinterest undermines efforts to promote environmental sustainability and social responsibility, creating a chasm between what needs to be done and what is being done. But the cycle doesn't stop there. This public apathy, this disconnection, can feed back into the system, leading to more ineffective policies. Picture a lack of public engagement and pressure, resulting in political leaders who don't feel incentivized to pursue bold or transformative changes. It's a bit like a feedback loop on a microphone. The initial noise gets picked up and amplified, leading to more noise, which gets picked up and amplified, and so on. The result is a cycle where one negative outcome triggers another, further exacerbating the issues at hand. It's a dance where each partner moves in response to the other, creating a pattern that is difficult to break. As we can see, the two-end feedback mechanisms create a cycle where one negative outcome triggers another, further exacerbating the issues at hand. Moving on to the 3N reversion, we see the effects of urban decay, deteriorating living conditions, and lack of geographical research. Firstly, we must understand the concept of urban decay. This term refers to the deterioration of urban areas due to a combination of factors, including lack of infrastructure development, poor maintenance, and socio-economic challenges. Now, when urban decay sets in, it reflects a significant lack of investment in geographical research and urban planning. This can be seen in the haphazard layout of slums, inadequate transportation systems, and a lack of basic amenities like clean water and sanitation facilities. These glaring shortcomings highlight the absence of comprehensive geographical research that could have informed better urban planning and management. Next, let's explore how deteriorating living conditions contribute to urban decay. Poor living conditions, such as inadequate housing, sanitation, and access to clean water, are not just outcomes of urban decay, but also its catalysts. When people live in squalor, with limited access to basic necessities, it accelerates the process of urban decay. This, in turn, further entrenches poverty and exacerbates social inequality. It's a vicious cycle that continues to spin, dragging more and more people into its whirl. Finally, the role of limited geographical research in exacerbating poor living conditions cannot be overstated. Without a thorough understanding of urban geography, policies may fall short of addressing the specific needs of urban populations. This lack of insight can result in ineffective housing schemes, poor transportation planning, and inadequate public health initiatives, leading to worsening living conditions. The 3N reversion paints a grim picture of how neglect in one area can lead to a downward spiral in others, compounding the challenges faced by developing countries. But it also underscores the importance of holistic and informed planning, because whether it's urban decay, deteriorating living conditions, or lack of geographical research, they are all interconnected pieces of the same puzzle. And solving that puzzle is key to breaking the vicious cycle of instability and inequality. Finally, we arrive at the 4N retrospective, focusing on the interplay between economic downturn, environmental degradation, and stagnation in energy innovation. Imagine an economy hit by an unexpected downturn. The businesses struggle, the government tightens its belt, and suddenly funding for energy innovation becomes scarcer than a drop of water in a desert. The ambitions of a green, sustainable future are pushed to the back burner as the immediate needs of survival take precedence. The economic downturn, therefore, becomes a roadblock on the path of energy innovation. But what caused this economic downturn in the first place? Let's take a step back and look at the environment. The degradation of natural resources and ecosystems can wreak havoc on economic activities. Consider countries whose economies rely heavily on agriculture, tourism, or natural resources. When the environment is compromised, these sectors suffer, resulting in an economic downturn. It's a domino effect, where the degradation of the environment pushes the first piece, leading to a cascade of economic consequences. Now, let's bring our focus back to energy innovation, or rather, the lack thereof. Stagnation in energy innovation not only hampers our progress towards a sustainable future, but also leaves us stuck with outdated, often environmentally harmful energy sources. This stagnation feeds back into the loop, contributing to further environmental degradation. It's a cycle of stagnation, degradation, and downturn that keeps repeating itself unless we actively intervene. So, what does this all mean? It means that our economic, environmental, and energy challenges are not isolated problems. They are interconnected, each influencing and being influenced by the others. Ignoring one aspect while addressing the others is akin to trying to solve a complex jigsaw puzzle while ignoring a significant chunk of the pieces. The 4N retrospective serves as a stark reminder of the interconnected nature of our actions and their consequences on broader societal and environmental systems. So, what does all this mean for us, and why is understanding the 1N equilibrium triad important? In essence, the 1N equilibrium triad provides a lens through which we can view and comprehend the intricate interplay of economic, social, and political factors in our world. It illustrates how these elements are not isolated occurrences, but part of a larger, interconnected web of causes and effects that shape the realities of our societies. Let's revisit the main points. Economic instability can unsettle political landscapes, and vice versa, creating a cycle that feeds on itself. This instability often intertwines with social inequality, either as a catalyst or a consequence, further complicating the situation. Moreover, economic instability can deepen social inequality, which in turn can hamper economic growth. This triad of interconnections forms a negative equilibrium state, particularly noticeable in developing countries. But the 1N equilibrium triad is more than just a theoretical construct. It's a practical tool that can help us diagnose the root causes of societal issues and guide us in formulating effective solutions. By examining the triad, we can identify the vicious cycles that keep societies stuck in patterns of instability and inequality. We can then devise policies and strategies that address these interconnections instead of treating each issue in isolation. For instance, policies aimed at economic stability need to consider the political and social implications. Likewise, efforts to reduce social inequality should also factor in economic and political stability. In this way, understanding the 1N equilibrium triad can lead to more holistic and sustainable solutions. Furthermore, recognizing this triad can also help us anticipate potential challenges and mitigate their impact. By being aware of the cyclical nature of these issues, we can preemptively address them and prevent them from spiraling out of control. In conclusion, understanding the 1N equilibrium triad is crucial in our quest for sustainable development and progress. It emphasizes the interconnectedness of societal issues and underscores the importance of comprehensive, integrated solutions. Remember, only by understanding these complex systems can we hope to break the vicious cycles and pivot the way towards sustainable development, and progress.